So recently I beat Resident Evil 3 Remake, and I'm gonna keep this review kinda quick. Resident Evil 3 Remake was a great game, but not better than Resident Evil 2 Remake. And here's why. You see, I loved Resident Evil 2 Remake, and was extremely hyped for Resident Evil 3 Remake, allowing us to see Jill Valentine's story. Side note, Jill Valentine is actually my favorite video game character of all time, and she's also my favorite Resident Evil protagonist, so of course I was going to be extremely hyped for Resident Evil 2 Remake. And to my surprise, we get to see that only a year later, and that was kind of fast. It was announced, and we got to see Nemesis in all his gross glory. Also one of my favorite video game villains of all time. Now, first, let's get into the positives, because there's a lot more positives than negatives, and I like to spread positivity, you know. For me, number one is the graphics look gorgeous, and to be real, this was no surprise for Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 2 looked great, so why not RE3? They used the RE engine, and it really did showcase everything from the zombies to how Raccoon City looked, and Raccoon City looked legit destroyed, but it was, again, as I said in my last video, a post-apocalyptic beautiful painting. How it would look if the world legit ended, but in a zombie apocalypse, but it looked great. And using the same engine, they were able to really show off how beautiful Carlos and Jill looked. Also, the zombies looked great, and Nemesis is beautiful in all his gross, monstery, gory. I know, there's a lot. Next, we have the monster. Okay, as you saw in my footage or my Twitch streams, if you ever came down, link down below, I was scared shitless of everything that wasn't a standard zombie. From the spiders that lay eggs in you, to the hunters that chase you. They chased Carlos a lot, and they chased Jill a lot, and they were horrifying and really hard to fight. To whatever the hell was that sewer monster. I called it Jurassic Park, but there was a monster in the sewers that was disgusting. And another thing is all of Nemesis boss fights were great. They were intense, they were scary and horrifying, but as soon as you figured out his weakness, you felt like a badass when you won the battle. And lastly, the story was actually a really faithful retelling of the original RE story, and I really do love it. There's even alternate endings where if you don't do certain things will happen, so it's a really great retelling of the story. But of course, not every game is perfect, as I told you guys. This game does have a few caveats and negatives. Now the negatives. The length of this game was way too short. Again, I'm not saying I want a long 20-hour horror game, because I just want to be scared a little bit and then go back to playing, I don't know, Persona 5 or something. But this game was a little way too short. At least could have been at least as long as Resident Evil 2, or at least one of the routes. But I believe even Route A for Leon was a lot longer than this game. But this game is very short, and I feel like could have been tacked on as DLC. There's even rumors saying that this was DLC, but they just turned it into its own game. And the only reason that it took me the 5 hours it took me to beat this game was because I died a lot. And I suck at games like this. But I have to beat it in 4 hours, and others have beaten it in even less time. This is a $60 game, so I want a $60 amount of a length. But honestly, I would say wait for a sale, because the game's length is short, but the game is still a very spectacular game that you should pick up. And my last super bad complaint, because I only have really two, is with Nemesis, and how the original game, Nemesis flew at you, he came at you in every corner, and he was there every time. There wasn't like scripted events, he just popped up and he would come at you. But in this one, he feels kinda underutilized and kinda not there. Yeah, he'll pop up from time to time, but it feels scripted and not as horrifying as it could be. And that's the thing, I like being scared with games like this. Mr. X was there in every corner. He always was there, and all you could hear was the lingering footstep that would scare the hell out of you. But hey, I like Mr. X, and I like Nemesis a lot better, but Mr. X was cool. But hey, whatever, that's just my opinion. So, what's my final verdict on this game? This is a great game, but not worth $60. I honestly feel like it's worth at least $40 or at least even $30 at that most. I feel like the game should have had more content, and it feels kind of really short. And while Resistance came with it, Resistance is more of hit or miss. Some people don't like multiplayer action, or some people don't like the type of way that Resistance is handled. But I'll do a separate quick review on that game. But yeah, my quick review is that Resistance is cool, I guess. I feel like it should have been added more, or they even removed an area from the game, from the original, just to make the game even shorter, which is weird. But overall, it's an 8 out of 10 experience, and I feel like you should pick it up when it's on sale one day. Honestly, you should play both games, Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3, back to back, and hell, even try to speedrun some of them. I just feel like this should have been the beginning game, and Resident Evil 2 should have been the sequel. But hey, that's my opinion, and if you guys disagree, write them down in the comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments, and I'd really love to see it. I hope you liked my quick review. For shorter length games, I want to do more quick reviews, and even fighting games, not as edited, but get the point across. So next time we might be doing My Hero, because I do want to review that game, and I do want to review Grand Blue. Also, more content is coming, just kind of adjusting to my new environments due to, that good old geostigma hitting the earth. So yeah, if you're bored and new to my channel, subscribe, and go to my Twitch too, to directly watch me play these games and interact with me. Twitter is where you can see memes and me posting my life and pretty much updates on what to come next. And Instagram is where you see free thumbnail previews. Have a blessed day. Keep rocking with your bro. Wash your goddamn hands. And let your heart be your guiding key. Peace out.